good morning and welcome to the year in review for 2018. This is the 8th year I've done this actually for Sullivan's projects. What I do is at the end of the year, I actually wait till the end of the year so I put it up because of certain things that I'll tell you about here in a second. At the end of every year, I kind of put together a greatest hits of the year before, and everything is available on a month by month basis with the Sullivan's Projects mid-month review for the months of January, which starts on December 15th to January 15th, February, which goes from January 15th to February 15th, and so on. So you kind of get how that goes. And so actually for 2019 in January, we'll actually cover Christmas, because for the mid-month review we go from the 15th to the 15th. Now last year I'm kind of glad I waited. At the very last minute on the 31st of January, 31st of December, the Chiefs won Game 16, and my dad's twin brother had died. So never say never. I kind of understand why they do the closeouts in the press, like on the 23rd or by Christmas, but they really miss everything that happened after that, like the Christmas bomber. So last year on the year in review, I made a promise up there on Hunter Canyon that I would really concentrate on building a family and more relationships here, and boy did I ever. So here's January of 2018, and I hope you enjoy this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this so I have it ready to go out on the 1st of January. However, if there is anything that happens toward the end of the year after the 15th, I will insert it after my December presentation. So welcome to January 2018 of the Sullivan's Projects. Well, thank you very much for watching the Sullivan's Projects mid-month review for the month of January 2018. And here we are with Car Canyon, Miller Peak, and all that in the background, Ash Canyon that way. And we're here in my lovely hometown of Sierra Vista, Arizona. Liberty 72, When Battleships Fly. Liberty 72, Hidden Treasures. Liberty 72, Endless Wonder. The one we did last year and filmed a great deal of back here on the back side of the Huachucas. Liberty 72, the Viking Club. And right toward the end of the year, Liberty 72, the crew space flight manual, which was kind of fun, rushed together like I promised. And it had basically the first 3 books and kind of sort of halfway to the 4th, where I cut it off right before the ship would take off from a planet called Sasavaca to a town called Libertyville, an outskirt called Taylor Ranch, and take off for Earth. Really fun doing all that. As you can tell, my health is really not quite back into form yet. We're working on it. Right now it's just a hurry up and wait game for me, and patience is something I just must have at this point. I don't know how long it's going to take for my disability claim to be adjudicated. Really rough time, guys. But the end is in sight. I don't know how far away it is, but the end is in sight. I've completed all my referrals and required paperwork, and right now all that's left is they're just going to take a paper copy of the records and the progress notes and the observations from the referrals to physicians, and they're just going to mail it up to somebody who's never met me up in Phoenix, and I will be represented on paper, and the case will be adjudicated based on that. And I have no idea at this point how it's going to end. I'm very optimistic, actually, cautiously optimistic, based on Saturday, that it's going to go in my favor. If not, like I said, you just got to find a way to roll with the punches and get up and keep going somehow. God bless. hello, it's sundown here on a lovely Saturday afternoon, and you're watching Sullivan's Projects, and here I am on Palomitas Road, just east of Sierra Vista. I'm going to flip you around here and show you the sunset we're watching here. It's just now going down, so there's the beautiful sunset. Got the sun over here in Naco, Mexico, you see in the background, behind these two lovely cows. And over in the Bisbee Range, between Tombstone that way and Bisbee that way, there's still sunshine. Just love it here, guys. I'm surrounded by deer that are running right now, so if you see some deer in the background, don't worry. It's normal here. Holy four, Batman. A golf ball just about hit me here. I'm at my church here about a block from my house, and welcome to February 2018. Now sometimes you're going to see the watermark there in the lower right hand side, and sometimes not. For February I had to go back to original film because I lost the final copy of the mid-month review for February 2018. But either way, here's February for you. Right now with the waterway, because there's a lot of animals down there drinking the really good water coming up from Mexico, and you see the sunset just happened. Naco, Mexico is down that way. That'd be Car Canyon, and like I said, I do most of my filming for Liberty 72 stuff. I did most of that on the south side, on the back side, the southwest side, I guess. And what you're looking at here is the Fort Huachuca area, Car Canyon, Ash Canyon, Miller Canyon, all that good stuff. So it's just a wonderful place to be, and it's a really nice day today, February 3rd, and thanks very much once again for watching this. Hi guys, it's John Sullivan from Sullivan's Projects, and right now it's the 4th. I'm going in for yet another procedure tomorrow morning at the Tucson VA. I need to do some research on my co-pays. I'm finally getting billed again. I'm kind of glad. I can't afford to pay any of it. They're just going to take it out of my retirement paycheck. If disability comes through, maybe that'll change. But like I said, it's already the 4th of the month of February, and it's supposedly the hottest January on record for southern Arizona, and no complaints here, guys. God bless global warming. Still have to turn on the heat at night, but it's just wonderful down here in the day. So if you guys are up there freezing in Minneapolis right now, watching the Super Bowl at $3,500 a pop, jump on a plane and come down here. You'll thank me for it. Anyways, heading off to church tonight right now. I am catching the Super Bowl on Westwood 1. And I do appreciate that stream on TuneIn Radio. Can't get it. You can actually get it here, but it's in Spanish from a station south of the border, probably Cananea or Naco, one of the two. But anyways, really enjoying the weather down here. I'm going to the church tonight. This is one of the few churches that doesn't skip on Super Bowl Sunday, so that'll be fun. So I'll pray for whoever's. I could really care less about either one of these teams. Nick Foles was very famous down here at U of A. A lot of my friends at work went to college with him. Apparently he's a nice guy, but even though I can't stand the Eagles or the Patriots, I'll put my bets on the Eagles. Right next to me is a place called Syak. It's amazing when I was out here filming how many people show up before dying out here to go to work. So busy little place, but it's closed today. But we're here in the park right by my house, so we're just hop, skip, and a jump to church from here. So that's where I'm heading next. God bless. take you down to the bottom, so enjoy the ride down from Car Canyon, Ash Canyon. And as you can see at the bottom, right at the right-hand side at the bottom is where that big, huge shrine and cross is, as you can see passing State Road 92. So if you want to go to Ash Canyon, it's going to be right before you hit that cross area. You'll see a sign. Just take that next turn and come on up and enjoy it. Oh, there's that big cross up there, guys. And I did tell you, coming down from Ash Canyon, you can't see that blimp, but you can see Car Canyon, which is in the center there. So thank you for watching my lovely tour of Ash Canyon, all of it, as far as my car could go. And here we are, the same place we were in December. Mid-month review, as I know, is here on Thanksgiving Day. So just to recap what we know now, the disability claim has been approved. It's going to be a long February, March, April, and May, and June. And in about 4 months from now, I'll start seeing the first disability check actually come in. So they didn't tell me this. They gave me the impression it'd all be retroactive to the day I applied. It turns out after adjudication that was not the case, so I will start getting payments that will at least meet my budget and help me pay back the money I already owe people in the middle of June. So at least I know now, so there's closure there, so at least I have to make it that far. Still waiting on biopsy results from the procedure on earlier this week at the Tucson VA. For once, the anesthesiology didn't cause my organs to shut down, so I was able to get out. I thought it was before noon, but I guess it was after 1:30 when I finally got released, so I always appreciate my brother giving me the ride. Anyways, that'll do it for this month, guys. Thanks for watching once again. This is season 8, I think, episode 2, and God bless you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next month. Moving right along, welcome very much to March of 2018. And it was kind of that time of year for me when the Sullivan's project stuff kind of starts picking up. It's kind of always dead in January and February, but March it really starts picking up. So had a lot of fun that month, I really did. And let's check out March 2018. I was up there checking out that house a while ago. It's being built by Sukasa Builders. Like I said, if you were interested in buying down here, it's 520-378-9344. I don't see a website, but I'm sure you can get one. Find out about all these beautiful homes out here. You're looking at, you can kind of see in the middle, it's State Road 92 snaking up toward Bisbee. Out there, you really can't see it, but above this sign right here, now this little post right here, way there in the background is Douglas, Arizona. That's way on the eastern side of the county. We are on the western side of the county. Just look how beautiful it is out here, guys. Really. Sierra Vista itself will be up that way, so you can kind of make out the southern part of Sierra Vista. And these are all the foothill homes that are really nice. You can see Car Canyon's up there. Miller Canyon is up there. Just really beautiful out here. I can't wait for Car Canyon to get back open, but there's a trail that you really can't even see that will cut from Miller Canyon over across this way to Car Canyon. And really, once it gets warmer, I'll be back up there. Miller Peak is, I think, that one. And these are the Huachucas, the very beautiful Huachucas. See, maybe in for some rain this afternoon. You can see the clouds kind of rolling in here. But yeah, very beautiful down here, guys. If you want a really good deal, getting tired of paying that $5 million for a mansion in Paradise Valley, come on down here and you'll get the same for much, 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 much less. Plus, pristine, clear air, a lot cooler than Phoenix and Paradise Valley area. A lot cooler. I just can't say enough great things about this place. Come check it out. Today is actually the 25th, Sunday. Went to church tonight with Father Greg, Greg and Grace and Bill and all the other greats there. It's always a good time to go. There's many times I don't feel like going to church, and that's when I am glad I did. I'm really not in very good health anymore, as you can tell. Tomorrow I have my last trip to Tucson for quite a few months. It's going to be to get a CAT scan to see where my cancer is now. And that's that. Anyways, big shout out to my brother Tim, and I want to just thank you guys who tried to help me along the way. I don't have any clue at all how I'm going to make it through March, April, May, and half of June until my first disability comes in. I do want to thank everybody at Social Security, though, and here at the state office who tried so hard. And I want to thank Yvonne at the Republic for taking a few minutes today to talk to me. I think once I talked to her, I think she began to understand why it was that I wanted to speak to her so badly. And I really do appreciate the time that she took time out of her busy day to talk to a fan from Sierra Vista. I got a big announcement tomorrow, and I wanted to, she's the only one right now that knows what I'm going to announce tomorrow again, and see what's going on with me with today. But I'm doing pretty well as far as the cancer recovery and everything like that. I'll be the only West End council member.
Have you lived here forever?
Just 3 years. I retired from the Navy.
How long were you in the Navy for?
20 years.
All right.
Yeah. And I got bad cancer last year, so they had to cut out that much of my esophagus and piece it all back together. So I'm still recovering from that. Oh, go for it. Don't let me bother you guys.
Well, I'm sorry to hear
that's all
that,
right.
but then I'm glad you look like you're brand new as ever.
I am.
My hand's all gross.
I'm as good as
I'm Mardine.
I'm as good as when I was 25.
All right, I hear that. You ready to move? My husband's military.
Is he?
So we live at Fort Huachuca.
That's one thing I'd love to do, is to get the off-base area over on the West End more friendly, because everywhere I was ever stationed, you could always go right off base, especially if you're single or just passing through or whatever. You don't have a car, or you're just visiting. I really think the West End really needs a big fix.
And what do you mean when you say the West End? Where is that exactly?
They generally call everything from 7th Street out to
the West End?
Yeah.
Of Sierra Vista?
Yeah.
So that way's going south, right?
Yeah.
Towards Bisbee.
Right. Which is where I was this morning. Yeah.
Cool.
There's just a lot of things I think we need to fix. God, that is so awesome.
And my husband took him for 3 hours of a hike this morning. So that's how hyper he is.
How old is he?
He's 3.
3?
3 years and a couple months.
Oh wow. Well, it's nice meeting you.
Yeah, John, you too. Good luck with whatever you're doing with.
I already have a campaign treasurer and a manager and all that good stuff. So, and I'm giving 100% of my salary and any donations coming in to charity.
giving meaning from this position.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
No, I'm not giving my Navy retirement away because I still have bills to pay.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Jack's mid-month review for the month of March 2018 already. Sure enough, I went up to Phoenix, talked to some reporters on the 1st, and on the 2nd I went down to City Hall and I applied to run for city council. It's city council, not county. And I really look forward to a very exciting time, keeping busy doing that, meeting people. And no matter how it turns out, it's okay. I'm just having a blast doing this kind of thing. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it all turns out. It just so happens that my disability was approved. It's not going to take effect until June. So thankfully, I was able to juggle some money here and there and put together a very, very interesting campaign. It's not really going to be unconventional more than breakthrough. It's a 21st century campaign, and it's really the wave of the future on how to do this kind of thing. So have a treasurer, the most wonderful woman on earth, and I think I'm going to try to just handle everything else myself. It's an at-large district, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the West End, because right now the West End is very, very sorely underrepresented. And there is a liaison named Gwen. She does a really good job with her districts, and kind of does an okay job with mine. But like I said, this is at large, so I would represent the whole city. But I certainly need to get some better representation in my own area, because that was just kind of falling through the cracks. So that's basically why I think it's very important that I run, and why I think it's actually, if I frame the argument correctly, it's also why it's a very good chance I'll actually win. Hi guys, this is John Sullivan. I'm a resident of Sierra Vista, Arizona on the West End, and I'm going to be running at large, so you'll see me around town here, all over the place actually, telling you why I'm running, who I am, asking who you are, what you want, and let's see if we can just fix the greatest place on earth. It really is the best. Or I wouldn't be here, but we can still make it better. What I'm going to really try to do is concentrate on diving into the ordinances, seeing what works, what doesn't, what's moot, what needs tweaking, what needs removing, what needs added. So that's basically, I'm really kind of a technical bookworm anyway, so that kind of thing's right up my alley. And we just want to make sure this place works as seamlessly and as gracefully as possible. So we're going to go ahead and take a shot at this thing, and either way it turns out, I'm going to really have a really fun time meeting people, getting threats, getting jokes. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a lot of fun doing this, and I'm really looking forward to serving on the City of Sierra Vista City Council, and just as much fun for me is going to be the run itself. I know a lot of candidates have two different personalities. They have the candidate personality and then the elected official personality. I can promise you right now, that's not me. That's not going to happen. What you see is what you get, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and hope you come along for the ride and have fun with me. God bless, and my name is John Sullivan, and I approve this message.
Sierra Vista, Arizona in Cochise County. We can make it better.
We're going to wrap this up today here at this park. I've filmed so much in this month. First of all, it's close to my house, and it's on the West End, and it's just a beautiful day today. We've had some precipitation this week, which was much needed. We also got some snow up on the mountains earlier. That's all gone now. So we're still in a high fire risk. It's still listed as extreme, but it's getting there. So it's always good to see. Hopefully on the 15th, we will get our car canyon back open. That would really be great. So it's been a really, really wonderful month, believe it or not. Last Wednesday, I had a really bad health scare, and my body started shutting down and lost all my, control and everything like that. Very grateful to Father Greg over there at the church. He actually administered last rites, and then I went over to the VA to get checked out. Very, very touch and go there for a while, but what it looks like happened here is the reason my body shut down was because of four that all happened at once. Number one, osteoporosis. My bone density is way down since last checked. Number two, severe malnutrition. When you only eat once every 3 or 4 days and it's just a cup of ramen noodles, what happens then is your body gets adjusted to that. You lose your appetite. You just don't feel hungry, so you just don't go eat. And so that was number two. Number three, severe dehydration. Just really haven't kept up with the water like I should, and anything I do drink is like coffee or Coke or something like that. Occasional something else or two. But, and number four, I discovered I had a peanut allergy. And so over at the Dollar Tree, they have these cans of peanuts for $1 made out of Dothan, Alabama. Roasted peanuts. My whole life I've never had a problem with these things. All of a sudden, that was all connected to this as well. And how I discovered that was Saturday I started eating that again, and I started to develop some of the same symptoms that were a reversal of the improvement I had been making since Thursday. So what that means, no more peanuts, lots of vitamins. I'm gonna get down as many as my body can take. I'm gonna eat every day something, force myself to eat, and number four, eat a better variety of food. There's deals out there to be had still. It's not like I have to ruin my budget. But yeah, I just gotta take care of myself, and so I will. So as of today, Monday, I am actually doing much better, believe it or not. So I'm on the mend. I've already gained 5 pounds since Thursday, so maybe that was all water. I know I didn't eat 5 pounds worth of vitamins, but yeah, I think I'm gonna make it. So I'm gonna get myself back into seriously considering the city council race for an open seat down here. No skin off my back. I can't work. I have an approved disability claim. My first payment will come in June. I'm not taking donations and I'm not spending money. I'm just going to use my creative skills for the things you can do free, which is YouTube, Twitter, just walk in the neighborhood, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that, especially out here in the West End. Now, the city council in Sierra Vista is what they call at-large, and what at-large means is that you don't really represent a certain district geographically. You all kind of just overlap each other and talk and figure out what to do about the community. Well, for better or for worse, all the other city council members that are seated, and as far as I know, all the ones that are planning on running are all on the East End, where all the really, really nice stuff is around the malls and the nice houses and the newer complexes, or it's on the South End. And like I said many times, Sierra Vista is shaped like a champagne glass. So up here you have the bypass, then you have Fry Boulevard, then Wilcox, and then it goes like a champagne glass like this. And so the bottom of the champagne glass is where all the real ritzy people are. Even in Sierra Vista, once you get outside of Sierra Vista, the houses even get better than that outside of city limits. Right now, I know there's a lot of future developments, but like I said, the purpose in running is basically to do like an ordinance checkup. Maybe I don't understand the ones that I don't like. Maybe I need to go back and figure out going back to the founding documents, when you study how the Constitution came into being as it did, and why did they leave out stuff like life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and all that kind of stuff, and the mention of God like they did in the Declaration of Independence in the Constitution. So there's always a reason behind everything getting done as it was. Sometimes it's just sheer greed. Sometimes it's a compromise that you have to make. But I'm going to really dive deep and find out what still works, what maybe used to work but doesn't anymore, what we can do to improve the city. And I'm one of these guys. I would love to get rid of every 2 laws for every new one on the book. And basically, ordinances are laws. Some of it is just duplication of state law or federal law, which is ridiculous. Some of it is just meaningless proclamations that just say this is like a state. You're wasting your time making a statement or an opinion. I'm going to try to get rid of those too. I hereby declare that, such and such. International Women's Month. Well, we know. Okay, it's just going through the motions. I just want to use the time effectively on City Council to just tweak the system. This is the best place on earth. I keep saying it 100,000 times, and I really mean it. It can always be reviewed, made relevant. That's why the Vatican kept having all these different councils over the thousands of years. Is sometimes what used to work for the medieval ages didn't work in the Enlightenment. I mean, stuff like that. So you have to always go back and use your common sense and try to figure out what the rationale was. And the sun is going down here in a second, so I'm going to wrap this up. But once again, thanks very much for watching the Sullivan's Project's mid-month review, and it's been a real pleasure as always to do season 8 now. We're in episode 3, and keep watching, guys. I'd really appreciate that. All right, so we'll see you next month in the middle of April. Hopefully by then I'll have my new book out. God bless.
Better our hand, and with eyes raised to heaven, to you, O God, His Almighty Father, giving you thanks, He said the blessing, broke the bread, and gave it to His disciples, saying, take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body, which will be given out for you.
Well, welcome very much to the year in review 2018 for the month of April. Now, April is a very interesting month. It's when I really pondered heavily running for city council. As a matter of fact, I did. My health was kind of heading downhill, and my signatures just weren't there a month out, so I decided to cancel that project. But really good job to Carolyn Humphrey, Sarah Pacheco, and William Benning for winning. I want to show you something else, guys. This is Sergeant Nicola and his DUI task force. Yes, drive. Yes, drink, but don't drink and drive. Here's what happens. Yeah, not good. Get hammered, get nailed into a coffin. Believe me, it's for real. Airbag deployed. Probably some blood in there, so I'm not going to show that. But yeah, that's what happens. But Sergeant Nicola, really good job for you guys to do this. The governor's actually fronting a lot of money for this. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. So there you have it. Once again, there's 911 Coronado Drive, a great place, a great address for the police department, and there's City Hall. And I will actually be there a lot late in the next couple of months to see how the city council kind of forms out. So there went April, and as things turned out, Rick Mueller, the mayor, was reelected for a third term. I guess that's the first time that ever happened. Craig Mountain ran a really classy campaign, came very close to beating him, actually. Closer than Mayor Mueller was to admit. We're going to lose Alicia Ash, Bob Blanchard, and one more. Alicia, I said Alicia, Bob, and who else is going? I forgot. Anyways, Rachel's still here, and Gwen's still here. Plus the other three. It's really going to be a really exciting 2019, guys. Look forward to it. Believe me.
story short, about 2 years ago, I was told I had terminal cancer, had like 15% chance to live until December. Somehow I made it, I'm still here, and I'm very excited to be with you tonight. Back in Japan, anybody here ever been stationed in Japan? Yes or no? Japan is kind of an interesting place. They love Americans and they love American music. And I had a very successful musical career there between 1988 and, correction, 1988 and 1992. I had an original CD in Louisville, Japan called Unmade in Japan. And I'm going to play something that I played once in front of 20,000 people in Japan. Wow! And let's be honest here, I was the warm-up band for the warm-up band. I wasn't really that good. But we really had a great time over there, and I'm going to play this song for the first time back in America. We dropped it on Capitol Records and all the other record companies in America, but they were really interesting because there were some of the nuances to the Japanese stuff. And she's taking my East really out. Disco crap. Alright. We're going to do this song. There's actually a lead part. I'm trying to get Francis in on that. And are we ready? Yeah. Rain or shine, it's a good time around 134. It's okay, I got all that. Sail that Kamakura, first at Sukisawa, for just one, the beauty of the shore. Fish and sushi, eat at an ocean, voice of walking my nights of fireworks are the best in the world, and in here I sit down, being my nights of is the best in the world, and in here I sit down, being your friends. Come and see for yourself to the place it's the road in the path of the Fujiyama, the road to the freedom of the soul. There you go, you say there's an opening new life, you want to go back to your world. It's Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it.
And these guys all wanted to do cover songs, and so did Francis for the most part. And their goal was to go around to hit different bars, go to Tucson. But the problem is they're all working, so they really needed to have money to do this. And the problem was, as good as I am on guitar, and as much as those guys liked me, it was just pretty apparent that I really wasn't going to be the best fit for a guitar player for those guys. Not that I couldn't wing it, but everybody knows from videos I've done before, I'm really best at my original stuff. So I asked Francis, I said, you know, I'll be glad to come in when the other guy calls in sick and fill in, but you really need to go find a really talented guitarist that's more in line with the quality of your killer voice. And so that's kind of where we're going there. But at the same time, just by happenstance, right the day before the mid-month review last month, and I featured her there as well, I met this girl named Bridget, and she used to actually be on MTV, and she lived in Hollywood and knows all the same people I do. And we got together and says, why don't we do just a TV show? And I was working on one anyway. At the same time, I decided to end my city council run for very good reasons. I think I covered that last month, but if I didn't, I'll recap. There were 3 open seats out of 7. It's the mayor and six councilors. 3 of those won't be returning, so it was wide open for the November elections. And so I went down to the city clerk and got all the packages that I were required to run. And so that's what I did. I went around town and collected lots and lots of signatures, but it just wasn't going to be enough metrically. I didn't think that. I have until the end of this month to collect, I think about 400 or so. But I said, you know, but I realized I was just having so much fun doing this. So we're going to take that idea into this new TV series. Originally, the main title is Border County, USA, and it's really just to show this place, as I always do in my Sullivan's Project stuff. But we're going to try to do it more commercially with sponsors and advertisers and interviews with featured businesses, that kind of thing. More in line with what I was doing with the Florida Beach Media Group down in Florida, which was actually much more successful than anything this has been. But I think we're going to really, I mean, me and her just click like that. We really bounce off each other real well. We're almost long lost twins. She's much younger than I am, but yeah, we're really going to hit it off and be a success. The subtitle is The Bridget and Sullivan Show. So that's going to be aired every Sunday on a different channel, and I'll link that to you below in comments. We've done a pilot episode. We had planned on doing a really good one last Saturday. We went down to the park to cover a cancer/HDSA event. The problem was the signs were misleading. It wasn't 2 nights, it was just 1 night. They said 2 nights because it actually ran past midnight. So, no, it did not start at 6 o'clock on Saturday, so we were the only ones down there. So we decided we didn't have enough time, and I was really feeling sick that night to do an episode. So I did do one. I call it episode 0. This week's we're actually going to finally do episode 1, so that'll be up on the link below. And so I hope you guys support that. And if you are an advertiser who would like to be actually featured in the show, I got this call from an actress that I had met down in Ventura, a really nice girl. What most people know is she's really blonde. At first she dyed her hair black, and then she wore a wig after she had some allergies to something they were doing. So she, after 15 years, finally left the show. The night before the show aired, she calls me up. We talked for about an hour. and we just talked about all the people we knew down there, Belisario, Mark Harmon and his wife Pam, and all these different people we had met down there, and just some of the highlights of the show. I'd mentioned that Sue, my sister-in-law, was a huge fan, and I told her, I says, you know, I'm just kidding with you, right? She goes, what? Gibbs. I'm always making fun of the writers, I guess, for doing that, but she had heard of my situation, so just in the nick of time, she says, I will take care of this. And so the next thing you know, I get this email from her, and sure enough, she did take care of me. So things will turn around. It's just in the nick of time. I'm now able to eat better. I can eat every day now, and put gas in the tank. I don't have to worry about driving to the dollar store. If I'm in Walmart, I can actually buy something now. We set aside some of that for badly needed production stuff, so it's down to its last second. And so is this camera. I bricked my best camera on my birthday on the way to Phoenix. It was in the back seat. I guess it just got overheated, and then every time you put the battery in, it just goes click, 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 and it's never worked, and there's no camera repair shops here in Sierra Vista. So I'm going to find a cheap replacement for that. And I do need another camera, especially for this show, and a new tripod, and that's about all the extra money I'm going to be spending. I'm going to get my dry cleaning done finally, get my laundry done finally. I'm just so grateful for the kindness that strangers can sometimes provide. And her only request, I told her I was going to pay her back as soon as I could. She goes, no, John, I've been very blessed. You know, I get royalties from DVD sales and reruns from all over the world. I'm in good shape. Just pay it forward, and I will. Well, hi guys, this is John Sullivan, a candidate for City Council of Sierra Vista, Arizona. I started this campaign publicly announced on the 2nd of March, and here we are at the end of April. And I have made the decision that I'm going to suspend this campaign for some very practical reasons. And I'm going to tell you what those are, and what the plan B is. On day one of this campaign, I told you I was going to make a plan work, and adjust as necessary. Well, I was able to do three of those, actually. And I really do want to thank those people who supported me during this campaign. I really do. I really had some great supporters. The metrics just weren't adding up, you know. The number of hits on the pages and the followers and that kind of thing. The number of signatures I was going to get probably is statistically impossible. It's a beautiful little bird over there. It's a little red hummingbird. Hopefully it flies over here. It just wasn't working out, but there were also some other reasons. Craig Mueller, I love him. Craig Brown, I love him. Doesn't matter which one wins the mayor race. It really is not my concern. We do have some very qualified people running for city council. William Benning was really successful in raising the signatures and the interest, and I think he'll do a good job. Carolyn Humphrey, for sure. She's just spectacular. So far, what it looks like is there's going to be qualified people on that council that make my run unnecessary. I did take a really good look at the ordinances. The things the city manager is able to do, I think he's doing, and the things he's not able to do, it's impossible to be done. So he's kind of between a rock and a hard place, to be honest with you. The city's really in a really big mess right now. I honestly don't even know if I'm going to have to move out to the county this summer. It's about a 50-50 right now, and that would make me ineligible anyway for city council. But I will support the guys that are running. I've endorsed 2 of them from the start, actually 3. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm redirecting the energies I'm expending toward this campaign to a new project. It's going to be more around the county than just the city. It's kind of like what I did with the Florida Beach Media Group. It will be run under a wing of Sullivan's Projects, which is, I'm now free to announce, is my personal business, since it's not going to be graphed if I announce that. So stay tuned over there. You're going to see me get involved with a lot of the things I'm interested in with City Council. It turns out that the 2030 vision that the city put forth is very, very similar actually to many of the goals of my campaign anyway. So the city is already going in that direction. Whether they can go there with the economic difficulties we're facing, the over-reliance on the base, the empty buildings, that kind of thing, I really see it getting much worse before I see it getting better. I will notify the city clerk tomorrow morning formally that I'm just going to turn in the petitions I have, and we're going to call it quits this time around. I don't think I'm going to regret that decision, because I think we have a bunch of very qualified people. All the salary was going to go to Team Moore anyway. You can see Sullivan's Projects was one of the key sponsors last year. We will be again. Best of luck to the City Council people who will get on there. It's going to be a really tough next couple of years. If I reevaluate and the people that I do endorse and support at this point turn out to be disappointments, then in a couple of years we'll revisit this idea of running for City Council. But right now I think these guys got it just fine. So God bless you guys. This is the best city in the best nation in the world, and hopefully we'll only make it better from here. God bless you guys. Sullivan Projects, John Sullivan for City Council is checking out of the building.